Hello and welcome to the Smart Chiropractor Show. It is time for Research That Matters. Let's bring that up on the screen right there. Research That Matters is when we take a few moments each and every week to talk about what our smart chiropractors are talking about. In the Smart Chiropractor, we always look at this, all marketing, all communication, through a lens of teach and invite consistently. We accomplish that by having monthly campaigns, weekly topics, and daily posts. And if you've been following Smart Chiropractor Show this month, you probably know that our monthly campaign is all about sports chiropractic, and we believe there's an athlete in everybody out there. So it's not always about pro athletics, but this week it is. Our weekly topic is all about Be Like Mike, how you can reach your full potential. And our docs are getting out across all of their platforms, email, social, Google Business, LinkedIn, preview of what we'll be looking at with our member highlight in just a few moments. And they are showcasing perhaps the best social proof out there that the highest level athletes in the world rely and utilize chiropractic at an uncanny level. It's mind-blowing to me. 15% general population utilization, 95% athlete and elite athlete utilization. What is the gap there? And some of that comes down, interestingly, as Jason and I have been conducting a lot of interviews with some of the highest level sports chiropractors out there, there's actually a focus in many of these professional athletes on performance rather than pain. Now, I don't know if that's obvious or ironic, but it's interesting to put that together because I think the natural default is, hey, in a big business, $1 billion business of sports performance, it's probably super regimented, very mechanical about pain. And the irony is, very rarely is the chiropractor utilized for pain relief. They have an entire team of specialists and individuals that do a great job with that. This allows the chiropractor to focus on recovery and performance. I have found that fascinating. Jason, what were your thoughts?
I agree. The assumption would be, and the common sense would be, that athletes use chiropractic care to recover from their injuries. But as you said, we've spoken to, in fact, the head of the Professional Football Chiropractic Society, and we've spoken to several individual chiropractors of pro teams. And, I remember you asked the question because I was like, wait a minute. I just assumed it was for injury recovery, etc. But surprisingly and refreshingly, the answer was most of them use it proactively for performance. They know that their bodies are their jobs. If their bodies break down, they're going to suffer in their performance. And these are big dollar contracts. Every microsecond, every catch, every flinch, everything matters. And, when you're in that position, when you have that consciousness, which we all should have, I mean, it matters to all of us. You said there's an athlete in all of us, whether, you're a mom, a dad, a high school athlete, aging, whatever it may be. We all need our bodies to do what it needs to do what we want to do. And making sure that we are optimized, making sure that we are proactive in what we do, and shifting that paradigm from, I'm okay, nothing's in too much pain, I can get by just fine, is a really important message to get across to people. And because pro athletes have the celebrity status that they do, maybe these days it's be like Tom, as in Brady. It was be like Mike, be like whoever the stars are on your local favorite teams. But that's what they're doing. And it's really smart to connect those dots. So whether it's Aaron Rodgers and you're in, middle America or wherever it may be, connect the dots, let people know in your community, let people know in your health tribe. That's all the digital people you can connect with on your email list and on your social media channels. Let them know not just what you believe, but what they are doing. And, for those Smart Chiropractor members of ours, we're doing it for you. That's what we do. That's how we do it. You now have the opportunity to sort of take the baton and run with it and sort of personalize whatever additional messaging you want to for your favorite teams. Maybe you are a chiropractor for whether it's professional teams, high school teams, local clubs, whatever it may be, but add your experience to the basis that we put out for you each and every month. And that really is sort of the grand slam formula for getting the most most out of and the best results using the Smart Chiropractor program. And if you're not a member, that's okay. These ideas are free ideas. If you want to make up different types of content, programs, videos, whatever it may be, use the idea all you want to. It is really what it's all about. And that's kind of how we do it each and every month. Different campaign, each and every week, different topic from that campaign. Each and every day, you've got your protocol of what you could be saying about that week's topic, about that month's campaign. That's smart stuff. That's called the Smart Chiropractor, and great topic for this week.
Yeah, our docs are seeing tremendous success getting out there because, as Jason pointed out, this is about social credibility. And the more that people in your community see what others are doing, and especially if that individual has that celebrity, has their, they look up to them, they are, whatever it might be, that is powerful. It matters. It's why you see endorsements of products 24/7 on TV, because it makes an impact. I have a quote here that we included, and this was a Michael Jordan quote from yesteryear here. He said, "I didn't know how much I could improve until I started seeing a chiropractor. Since I've been in chiropractic, I've improved by leaps and bounds, both mentally and physically." Interesting that he said that probably 20 years ago, and really tying together what we can do as chiropractors. And some of that comes with the care we deliver and the adjustment. And I'm going to also make a somewhat of an assumption here and say that also is about how we interact with patients. When you see how we, as chiropractors, communicate with people by empowering them, by showcasing the resiliency that they have. I say strength and flexibility, TB12 says pliability, however way you want to go with that. This is about showcasing individuals that they're dynamic, they're powerful, they have that ability to heal, as Jason pointed out in our first segment. And the more that you showcase that, and especially when you can put it through the lens of teach and invite consistently, when you can have our systems that enable you to get that messaging out there consistently at a high level across all the most popular platforms, and you continue to show up, and then you sprinkle in these celebrity testimonials. When you sprinkle in, for instance, this month, sports chiropractic, this week, the pro sports aspect of it. When you showcase the people that they look up to, the people that they're cheering on each and every, whatever sport it might be, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, whichever sport. And there are testimonials for every major sport that we've utilized and continue to utilize in our materials. It's powerful. It can be, it's subtle in some respects, powerful in other respects, but it needs to be a base component of how you teach and invite. You don't need to do all of the heavy lifting yourself when you have the ability to showcase the results that others are getting, and celebrities just plain work. And when you can tie it to sports performance, many people that come in to see us as chiropractors, the patients that come in to see us, the individuals that come in, they want to be more active. That's why they come in. So highlighting how athletes do it is a great way to showcase how your people in your community can do it. Jason?
It's funny. Anytime I've heard somebody who has some sort of orthopedic sports injury, it's so consistent that, they'll go, oh, I hurt my shoulder, I hurt my knee, I hurt my ankle. And they typically, more often than not, I wish I could count how many times I've heard what I'm about to say, because it's almost always there. I got the best doctor. He's the doctor for X team. And that's how they know they must be good. So do what works. Model after success. I'm sure you've heard that as well. Oh, I've got the best. You can't get in to see them. They worked with so-and-so, typically a sports figure athlete. And if they're good enough for them, good enough for me is the consciousness. So use these tools. And Jeff, I just want to highlight what you said. I at the risk of being repetitive, consistent repetition works. What we're saying is that the new way of messaging, I'll say the more effective way of messaging, because it's always been this way, we just haven't been doing it. The most effective way of messaging these days, as business leader after business leader, communication expert after communication expert will tell you, is teaching people about them and their potential, which is slightly different than teaching them about you and what you sell. It's a huge distinction because most chiropractors are still stuck in selling. Oh, they call it educating. It's heard as selling. You call it teaching or educating about what you do. And the shift, the very slight, I dare say, mental adjustment is understanding that your services are designed to help people get to their goal. Your services are not the goal. So help people keep their eye on the ball, which is always their improvement, their potential to heal themselves, their ability to live the lifestyle, perform at the level they want to. That's what they want. You're just someone who helps them get there along the way. And the reason this is so important, I know I've had these conversations with dozens, if not hundreds of chiropractors, and there's always pushback because it's so ingrained in us. No. We got to teach them about chiropractic, about what we do. The reason it's so important is that if people don't recognize and remember and acknowledge their self-healing ability, then you're really playing into the same small-minded consciousness that medicine is playing, which is, you're a broken machine, come to us, we will fix you with our drugs, with our surgery, with our whatever's the latest thing. And you have no ability. You're nothing without our power. That's what people understand. Look around. Nobody thinks that they have the ability to fight anything off unless they've got something from the pharmaceutical industry to protect them. Okay, well, that's a consciousness that is more popular than ever. And yet, when you can tap into, and we talked about this in an earlier segment, if you didn't watch our analysis of The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek, and he talks about a just cause, which has to be aspirational, and it has to share with people what the possibility is for them and their dreams and their goals, so that that's what it is they're really looking after. Our friend Stephen Franson calls it the life effect. I am also going to refer to it as, really the inspiration of possibility. Not just that you can't play golf or you can't bend over and play with your grandchildren, but you want to age gracefully. You want to think about how you're going to be when you age, and the impact the actions you do or do not take now will impact that vision personally, familially, right, for your family, your community, and so on, and let it ripple out for there. So we're going to be repetitive. The bullseye, the kind of eye on the prize, is teaching people about how powerful they are to heal themselves. You just happen to have one of the most ultimate ways to help them get there, but there is what it's all about.
Jason, that is exceptionally well said. And docs out there, if you are listening and or watching and you'd love our help and you'd love to get started, this segment has been brought to you and sponsored by the Smart Chiropractor. We can help you generate more of your ideal new patients, better retention, and more reactivations without spending any money on advertising. That happens by teaching and inviting consistently, by utilizing campaign structures, and by proactively answering the questions people in their community have about their health, as Jason just eloquently described. Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to the Smart Chiropractor. We are posting videos on how you can market your chiropractic practice in a way that teach and invites consistently. We have found that is the magic formula to big time growth. So if you like this video, be sure to comment down below, smash that subscribe button, or visit us at thesmartchiropractor.com.